Welcome back, Indie Game Fanatics, to another first look video. In this one, we're going to be checking out Hordes of Fate, a Hand of Fate adventure. This is a demo preview, so this isn't even the official demo, this is a preview of the demo. And so it's not going to have a ton of content to it, but what it is going to have is the example of what the gameplay is going to look like. So, return to the world of Hand of Fate. Deck building meets auto shooter in this new title from the original creative team. Draw your cards and carve your way through hordes of lethal monsters, unlock new heroes, upgrades and encounters, and stack your hand against the dealer's fiendish challenge decks. It's being developed by Spitfire Interactive and published by Defiant Development. It's expected to release later this year. I'm assuming that's more specifically about the demo, although I'm not quite sure on that one. And it's an action roguelike bullet hell top-down shooter. Now, the one thing I don't care for is that with this one, it has the recommendation for playing with a controller, so that is what we are going to be doing. It's not my preferred method of gaming, but it is what they recommend, and so that's how we're going to experience it. And so let's jump right into the game. Let's see here. They've got a couple of different decks, which I'm not quite sure what they do yet. Looks like they affect, so you gotta complete certain things, encounters, gain max life for healing, a shrine, counter cards. I've already got a bunch of cards that you can unlock by doing things, and that looks like what happens is those cards will eventually give you a boost. The Trickster gives you max life 150, crit damage 200%, speed plus 10%. Hero cards are selected before a run and include unique equipment cards. Upgrades to the game. Alright, so these are all like your over time, you're going to be gathering whatever this resource is, and then you're going to spend it on getting progressively more expensive upgrades to your base stats of your character. So let's jump right into it. Alright. The adventure begins. Goblin King descend deep into the Forgotten Caves and seek out the one who calls themselves King. Now, in the pop-up messages when I first launched this, it does mention that if you beat this boss, there is a harder variant available in this version of the game. So, depending on how long it takes, we might check that out as well. Alright, so that's the difficulty level, so maybe it's just a higher difficulty level. Apprentice, enemies cause less damage, smaller hordes, ambushes produce fewer enemies. Alright, so this is the Apprentice Hero, Goblin King Apprentice Hero. So you got the Trickster, locked, and locked. I believe the Trickster is the only available one. And then here is the loadout. Spellbook, cast a volley of spells at the nearest target. Inflicts magic damage, projectile magical spell, and gloves of shielding manually cast a temporary shield that can absorb an attack. Choose an encounter for the timeline. Gain max life for healing, gain an enchantment, or gain a resource of your choice. I'm gonna do the shrine first.
Welcome to a twist on the game of life and death. All things change in time.
So how do I use my okay, so it's X to use my shield.
A treasure chest. What more iconic emblem of success could we imagine?
So gnomes, a band of tiny gnomes burst out, surrounding you as you pocket the coins from the chest. That oaf's opened it, one squeaks. We can claim the trinket now, cries another. You glance back into the chest and sure enough, a small wooden idol rests inside. You place it on the ground before the gathering crowd. Follow the cards and make your selection. Alright, so failure, success, success, huge success. I'm sorry, but visually you cannot follow those cards. But we'll pick this one. Alright, we got a success. Brave Gnome snatches the idol and darts back to the others. They huddle, inspecting it closely before nodding in agreement. The group forms a circle around you, performing a lively dance before they vanish just as swiftly as they appeared. You sense a new energy emanating from your equipment. Choose one from 2 enchantments. So we can choose an upgrade of Devastation or Move Speed. Each spellbook is explosive for half damage. Reduce count by 1, increase damage by 100%, increase move speed by 50% when the shield's active. That's not what I wanted. Alright, choose an upgrade. Common life, cooldown, and critical damage.
A wise decision.
Okay.
A treasure chest.
So,
Left in
I'm
a
guessing
completely safe
shards are
environment,
the
I'm
currency that we need for getting upgrades. Yes. Oh, what's this pointing me towards?
Now the tables have turned and you, the hunter, becomes the prey. Pray if you must. May you receive better results from them than I have in turn.
The quest brings you to a remote shrine revered among the few local inhabitants for its remarkable healing properties. You kneel before the shrine and beseech the gods to take pity on you. Pray for healing, pray for longevity. We can't select the third option, pray to be blessed yet. So we'll play for longevity since we're already healed. Alright, so the issue I have already currently with the way this works is follow the cards. I like those games. That's like following the shells. It's the shell game where you put like a ball under one shell and you have to follow as they shuffle them around. The problem with this one is that when you hit the button, watch the cards, how are you supposed to follow them when they just all go into a stack and all separate out from that stack? There's no visual way to follow them. So it's literally just a guess at that point. Fortunately, I failed. You discover a small supply of curatives at the base of the shrine. Gain 15 max life. Alright, choose new equipment. Send out blades in fixed directions, inflict physical damage, lightning crash, series lightning bolts strike random targets, inflict lightning damage, throw spinning blades that arc out and back. So these are all very common damage dealers in this types of games. Nothing too crazy here. But we're looking at physical and physical damage when we're using somebody who's already using magic damage. We're better off continuing to intentionally pick abilities that benefit off the magic damage. Oh, took some damage
Will you
there.
be the one to finally usher the undead into true death? Every tool a mage can create may be used against them.
You take the scroll, crack the seal, and unfurl it. The parchment has a short incantation that you read aloud. My actions are without effort. Without delay I strike. Bestow these powers onto... What do you X next? We're going to bestow it on Lightning Crash. Alright, so we got an uncommon Lightning Crash cooldown upgrade. Beautiful.
Open the chest, see what it contains. I'm curious.
Well, that hurt. Note to self, the guys carrying the explosive barrels explode.
Do what you can to find more food.
Ow. Alright, reduce gloves of shielding cooldown, increase crit damage, increase max life by 35. We'll go ahead and do that. Nope.
We were not going to reach this point without creating powerful enemies.
I'm in trouble.
It seems they have become aware of your presence.
Whew.
Well, that may help you on the road ahead.
Ow. Trying to kill this undead champion. But doing so is proving pretty difficult. Woo, we got him.
Very nice indeed. Step through, if you dare.
Failure to pass through the portal before it closes will have fatal consequences. Okay, I guess we gotta enter the portal. Alright, so from here we can either gain shards, food, max life, gold, or go to the trading post where we can trade things in. We only have 45 gold and 6 food, so that I don't consider that to be worthwhile here. Either max life or the shards is what we're going to want. Early on, I would say get shards. Even if it causes you to lose, shards are what you're going to want to focus on early in this type of game, where this is the currency for upgrading your base stats. For a ton of runs, you're going to want to just focus on upgrading those base stats, because that will allow you to later on be able to clear much more difficult stuff, but you won't be able to do it until you can, you know, get the base stats up. So, totally would go with the shards. Now, it looks like we can choose 2 more rewards. We're going to pick the max life as well. Resource of your choice, gain max life again. We're choosing an enchantment.
The stench of death is upon everything here. We understand that, you and I.
Alright, so in this one I'm supposed to catch the Fae, which I'm guessing are the blue darts on the mini-map. Yeah, definitely the blue dots. Seated upon a throne of wicker thorns is a shaman of the north. Straw-plated charms and oddities hang about her. You are not the one who defeated me, she hisses from beneath her cowl. The flicker of her hand, you're swallowed by a sudden blizzard of snow and ice. Ugh, I can't choose anything besides brace myself. Again, you have no way to follow the cards, so it's just a random guess. Lost 16 health and I freeze all enemies. That could be worse.
A little extra health, but it is only a momentary respite.
Oh god, okay. Increase gloves of shielding, knockback by 200%, increase crit damage, increase crit chance. These all suck. Ooh, a treasure goblin.
Treasure. It draws the eye and the hand.
Back here. I can't get the treasure goblin like this.
Treasure. You do as you see fit.
Yeah, I'm getting out of here. Stop spawning people on top of me. Well-dressed man in a thick cloak slumps down at your table in the dimly lit tavern. So old Roger's finally gone then, eh? I guess this is yours then. He slides an apothecary jar of crimson salts across to you. A spellbind, and add it to any spell and you'll be thankful for it. Accept the wager or choose a spell to upgrade. I'm gonna upgrade my spell book.
More skeletons for you to deal with.
Alright, cooldown or spell damage. We're going damage. Ooh, get off of me.
I'm surprised to see you turning your back on gold.
What are you talking about? You told me to turn my back on gold. Alright, we're getting this health chest.
Again, the surprise attack. The novelty must wear thin on subsequent tries.
Oh, more hordes.
A wise decision. If you're strong of spirit, you'll find this a boon. If not,
Drink it.
well.
Gain plus 45 healing.
To avoid the Fae. It is not my place to tell you what to do, however. The game will determine that.
Alright. So once again, you set her gently on the ground. Kind soul, now choose the item you'd have me bless. Choose an item to enchant. Gloves of shielding, spellbook, or lightning crash. We're gonna enchant spellbook. Each spellbook spell is explosive for half damage. Reduce count by 1, increase damage by 100%. We've already done that once. I'm going to do Swift Barrage so we can get 2 more for 20% less damage.
Spirits roaming the darkness. It struggles. The boundaries are bigger than they've ever been.
That's the spirit I have to kill. Ooh, increase XP gain by 9%. Increase all equipment damage by 10%. Oof, both of those are really good. Normally I would say go XP because you'll get more levels, but at this point I'm barely getting past right now, so I'm gonna go damage.
Excellent. A wise decision.
There we go. I'm just running back through here real quick for all of the stuff that I want. To get all this XP. Alright, so we got dragon armor, cold snap, lob an explosive bomb at the nearest target, increase frost damage, send out bleeds at fixed directions. We're either going to want cold snap or dragon armor. I'm going to go ahead with dragon armor.
Very nice.
Through the portal we go. Next level.
You dare.
Alright, I'm feeling a bit safer now with the damage that we're outputting. So obviously one of them we're going to take is going to be shards. The other one, I want to check out the shop. Let's check out the shop. So we can trade either food or money for basically upgrades. Interesting, it actually picks up the cards to show you which one it's talking about reducing. Why does Dragon Armor and Lightning Crash not count as a spell? Because they don't... Well, Lightning Crash is a cooldown, so why wouldn't there be a spell cooldown reduced from the reduced spell equipment cooldown? I guess it's not equipment? I'm not quite sure how that works. But these two only affect my gloves, which why would crit damage affect my glove? It doesn't affect anything. Crit damage doesn't affect... because it's not spell crit damage, maybe? Ugh. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and continue. So I am gonna want to take a physical enchantment next then, because all these crit damage ones have apparently only been going towards...
So much death here.
Alright, draw out the Goblin Chieftain, light the Bazaar, 0 of 3.
Unclean.
Caught within a dense thicket of brambles, you spy a gilded horn. Long forgotten, the instrument is bound tightly by the plant's thorns branches. Use dragon armor to burn the brambles. So yeah, other than the card that ends up on top, so I'm calling it now, this one's a failure. Because of the way the cards come together and go back apart, the only card I think you can follow is the one that goes on top when the cards come together. Yeah, see?
Victory.
Failure.
You are learning.
For the one I called it. So your armor erupts in flames, the brambles and thorns wither and wreath from the heat, recoiling back into the earth. You carefully take the instrument. Press the horn to your lips and blow, gather all XP. Ah, I wish I had known to get that later. But now I know. Whoa. Hello, sudden horde of enemies. Dark Offering. A cloaked figure emerges from the shadows in front of you. Give me your blood, mortal, and I will reward you with gold. There's 33 to 44 health for 6 gold. Okay. Okay, this was actually very much worth it. If I can get that health back, it'll be very much worth it.
If you gain health, then I work harder to take it.
What are these ghosts?
Every game must include an element of surprise, wouldn't you say? Sometimes it is the human on the other side of the table. Sometimes the draw of a card or the roll of a dice. Without it, the game is nothing but a computing machine.
Alright, we're starting to see a lot of enemies, so I might need to light that bazaar here pretty soon. Ow. Oh my god. That was actually beautiful.
Is that your choice? Really?
Increase interact speed by 10%. I assume that is when you're interacting with objects within this world.
Excellent.
But
a wise decision.
For only 10%, that's not that worth it.
You should have taken more care.
Oh my.
We were not going to reach this point without creating some powerful enemies. It seems they have become aware of your presence.
Uh-oh. Hello, Chieftain. So I apparently unknowingly lit the third bazaar. I didn't mean to, but I did.
Very nice indeed.
You know what? I will say, honestly, playing this game for a little bit now, it's not that bad. The playing with a mouse. Now what's interesting is seeing like these are our stats: damage, cooldown, crit chance, crit damage. So you can kind of see the breakdown on it. I don't know what the potency leads to. But the cooldown's nice at 3.78 seconds between. Count, size, damage. So my lightning crash does the most damage now. Alright, so this is where we want to inflict physical damage.
A wise decision.
What would this get me? Bye-bye.
Here is a man with a particular set of powers turned to mere trade. He ought to be bending the powers of the universe to his will. And
Sure, I can enchant items, but I'm still a student, not able to draw power from all things freely. Show me your gear and I'll see what calls to me. Oh boy, it's another follow the cards. Alright, we got the projectile count up by 2 again, which is beautiful. Alright, let's escape through the portal.
Be, yet is.
So all we can do is gain gold or go to the shop. So I'm just gonna gain gold and go to the shop. I could have re-rolled it, but eh. Alright, next level. I'm gonna go with the rare max life for healing for this one. We have a good amount of enchantments now.
The stench of death is upon everything here.
Oh, it's another one where we gotta catch the Fae. Oh, this guy shoots. Got skeletons with guns now. I don't like that your health carries over between levels. That's a bit wild.
The lion is a symbol of purity, nobility, and truth.
Being a rare max life upgrade. Nice. Ooh. Arcane Resolve. Absorb an additional attack with the shield is active. Increase the duration of the shield. Increase projectile equipment damage by 15. Increase area equipment size by 4%. We're definitely going with that.
Wise decision.
Oof. I blew up the barrel guy right in my face there on accident.
If you fall in a trap once, you may blame error. To fall in the same trap again smacks of foolishness.
Meet a wandering priest who greets you in a friendly manner. For a small share of your provisions, I'll bless you in the name of the old gods. Yeah, have half my food. Ugh. So the top card is a failure, which went over there. So we'll take this one.
Here sets the tone for your challenge.
Speaks the language of the old religion for several minutes and then gently touches your forehead. It is done. Gain a blessing. One last heist. Goblin thieves drop a gather horn when defeated. Ooh.
Very nice indeed. A wise decision. Goblins. I do love goblins. I haven't seen their like.
Oh, Goblin Chieftain's back again. Here's my shrine.
Pray if you must. May you receive better results from them than I have in turn.
Ah, fuck. I can't follow that. Okay, woo, we got lucky. 50 max life. Alright, I'm gonna try the Heart of the North again. No, we can't do anything. Begin. Okay, we can follow the top card. Far right is going to be success.
Well done. You continue to impress.
We found a treasure goblin!
You would be better to avoid the Fae. It is not my place to tell you what to do, however. The game will determine that.
Ooh, I could change my gloves of shielding damage type to frost, but I'm just gonna do the crash bolt count by 3. That's a woo! That was beautiful.
Excellent. A wise decision. Now the tables have turned and you, the hunter, becomes the prey.
So I've already gathered everything pretty much I can get from here. I'm just gonna gather what little I can before I leave.
Step through.
Alright.
You dare.
Enter the portal. 30 max life. I don't need the healing. We have a lot of money, so let's go spend some money. Increase gather range, increase the blade damage, and we'll continue. So how do I get to the final boss? Like, I'm not sure what the... Alright, gain a resource of your choice, enchantment or max life. Draw out the Goblin King. Okay, so this is the last round, I guess? And I think I just need to kill guys to draw out the Goblin King.
Subsequent travels. Very nice indeed. If wishes were truly granted, we would not be here, you and I.
You happen upon an old wishing well. Shiny coins gleam below the surface of the water. Etched on the stone outside, it reads a note. Be careful what you wish for. Yeah, throw some coins into the well. 40, sure. Fuck. The huge... Ah, my god. The huge success wasn't on top. That was the one I was trying to follow, and so I kind of messed that one up.
Must include an element of surprise, you say. Sometimes it is the human on the other side of the table. Sometimes the draw of a card or roll of the dice. Without it, the game is nothing but a computing machine. A wise decision.
Alright, I gotta light the bazaars to draw out the king, so let's go ahead and do that here.
You have made bitter enemies.
Oh, never mind.
And the best of them will stop you now. One step closer, and you will reach my
Hello,
threshold.
Goblin King.
Excellent. A wise decision.
Man, I'm gonna end up killing the king before I can... Alright, so let's sit on here so we can get our reward.
Given how rarely one encounters the folk, you are fortunate indeed to meet Merith.
I am
again.
Merith of the
Or
Forest Folk.
perhaps
My
we are
people have
merely
long helped the
cycling
mortals
around
of
the
this
wheel,
realm.
dipping into the same memories time and time again.
What boon would you like to ask me for? Ask for longer life, ask for supplies, gold, or wisdom? Ask for wisdom. So that gives me the gain XP modifier.
Step through.
Got 12 seconds.
Dead.
Alright.
A tale between worlds.
For enchanting an item at the enchanter, you receive Wisdom Stealer. For finding the maiden, you receive Trapped Treasure. For defeating the Goblin King, you receive Adventurer and Skeleton King's Shield. So there's our character, our level, experience, duration, gold, all that good stuff. Damage, physical 26,000, 178,000, 91 of it being lightning damage. We did 22,000 of fire damage, 0 of frost tokens, the ones we completed. I don't know, our spellbook did 178,000, our lightning did 91,000. Our spellbook clearly still did the most work by quite a lot. So then you would go from there, you'd go to here where you can do upgrades. More than likely, things you'd want to do would be like life regeneration potentially, or maybe gathering range, or XP. Those are all good choices early on to do like XP gain, gathering range. Makes it a lot easier for you to level up early on, which is where you're going to get a lot of your strength. So I'd probably do 2 into XP gain and 1 into gathering range to start. And then maybe drop some on luck in a little bit. And then you want to start doing like your damage, followed up by your move speed, life regen, max life, all that stuff. Depends on the character as well, as to what you'd want to specialize in, but there's only one character currently playable. So if we were to go again, we could do the Goblin King, but then we could do it at the Adventurer level, which is just a higher difficulty than what we had done before. There's still only one character currently available in this. But yeah, honestly, fun game. Using the controller, not bad. I still feel like I would prefer to be able to do it with keyboard and mouse, and I believe you can. I think this is just recommending this. I'd have to look into it more to make sure, but yeah, I mean, this game seems pretty fun. So yeah, that's gonna be it for Hordes of Fate, a Hand of Fate adventure. And honestly, I don't know anything about Hand of Fate, so I'm gonna do some research myself into that, because it seems like this is a spin-off of another game called Hand of Fate, and Hordes of Fate's like their bullet hell version within the same universe or same game. But yeah, no, this is very fun. This is a really nice bullet hell game, and as you know, we've played 5 or 6 of them now on the channel. I enjoy these types of games depending on what the progression systems are like. We've seen some really great ones. We've seen some not so great ones that could use a lot of work. I'm looking at you with Tower of Babel with the item identification system, which is so unnecessary. But yeah, overall, fantastic experience. I'll have a link to the demo page, the Steam page for the demo in the description down below. So that way, once it looks like it is available as well, the demo to check out for you guys as well. So if you'd like to check out the demo, it'll also have a button for adding the game itself to your wish list. So yeah, definitely check that out if this game looks interesting to you. Hope you all have had a great time, and I will see you again next time.